Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Unity of Bellevue, where we are waking up. We are waking up to the truth of who we are, and then putting that focused awakening, that consciousness of who and whose we are, to work in the world to make the world a better place for everyone, to create a greater transformation, a transformation that is greater than our own, a collective transformation for all of humanity. So that's what we're about. It's a big vision, it's a big mission, and I'm grateful to be about it with you. I'm Reverend Marla Mason. It's February, and it is time for a new theme this month. Our theme this month is One Journey, Many Paths. Our theme all year long is timeless wisdom. Sorry, I really do know the annual theme. Our theme all year long is timeless wisdom, evolutionary vision. We're talking about how can we anchor in the timeless wisdom of all spiritual paths, all religious teachings, and allow that wisdom to support us as we're called forth into a greater vision for our lives and for the planet. This month, the theme is One Journey, Many Paths. We are all on the path of spiritual awakening, the path of spiritual growth. Some of us more consciously than others. We are all on our individual journey, but we are on the path together. And sometimes it's our togetherness that is busy waking us up, isn't it? The important thing to remember is that every path is an expression of the one, an expression of the living one, the infinite presence that we call God. And in February, we're going to especially focus on the mystical experience that awakens us. I think sometimes in New Thought, we get very heady and we talk a lot about things. And this month, we're going to do some practices together that will hopefully anchor us more fully in the mystical experience of awakening. So welcome into that journey with me this morning and this month. There are lots of folks who make this happen every Sunday. Thank you, Jan Kalin, for providing our meditation service this morning. Super grateful for you. That was beautiful. I was quite moved by that time. So thank you, Jan. Our prayer chaplains are not serving today because the first Sunday of the month is Q&A Sunday, so there is no prayer circle. However, you can reach our prayer chaplains by emailing prayerchaplains@unityofbellevue.org. You can make a prayer request. You can ask one of them to call you. They would be happy to do that. So that is how you can reach our prayer chaplains right now. Our board host today is Henry Golding. Thank you, Henry. He's in charge of the business of our center this morning, and I'm grateful for him. Monica McDowell Elvig is our producer and will also be providing our announcements a little bit later. I am thrilled to welcome our guest artist today. Nathan Aswell is from the Vancouver area in Canada, and he's our kind of Canadian brother and music maker and artist and a powerful, powerful minister of music. Nathan has some music for us today. Nathan?
Good morning. Thank you so much, Marla. Always a pleasure to be with you and your loving community. Let's start with a song by Jack Fowler, God in Everything. I see joy, I see peace, I see the goodness surrounding me. I see love in every breath I breathe. I see God in everything. I see happiness, I see freedom. I see the beauty that lives in me. I see perfection in what life brings. I see God in everything. I feel joy, I feel peace, I feel goodness surrounding me. I feel love in every breath I breathe. I feel God in everything. I feel happiness, I feel freedom. I feel the beauty that lives in me. I feel perfection in what life brings. I feel God in everything. choose the goodness surrounding me. I choose love in every breath I breathe. I choose God in everything. I choose God, I choose freedom. I choose the beauty that lives in me. I choose perfection in what life brings. I choose God in everything. I know joy, I know peace. I know the goodness surrounding me. I know the love in every breath I breathe. I know God's in everything. I know happiness, I know freedom. I know the beauty that lives in me. I know perfection in what life brings. I know God's in everything. I know God's in everything. Namaste. Namaste. Namaste.
So we recognize the spiritual truth that God is in everything. God is everything. There is one essence, one life, one presence, one energy, one infinite beingness that we call God. And we simply allow ourselves to be lifted more fully than we ever have before into this awareness as we open our hearts and minds to the perfection in what life brings this day, this morning. I know that we are united on the conscious spiritual path, and that we walk this path together for an hour this morning with grateful hearts, allowing ourselves to be inspired to be transformed by this holy and sacred time. And so I open this gathering with a grateful heart, calling it good and very good. And so it is. Amen. I'm going to read through today's affirmation one time. As I do that, I invite you to just be receptive. Hear these words as though they were already true for you, because indeed they are. Here we go. I am open to the promise of a clean slate, which every moment holds. With trust, joy, and delight, I am free to let God be God in me. And so it is. Now I invite you to join me in speaking these words aloud and with conviction. I am open to the promise of a clean slate, which every moment holds. With trust, joy, and delight, I am free to let God be God in me. And so it is.
This is what I know. We are all connected. The universe reflected in each shining part. And everywhere I go, I recognize the faces. All of my relations in this one heart. All I need is already looking through these eyes. Nearer than my breathing, closer than hands and feet. We are dreaming together all the gifts of heaven and earth. And so I receive all I can be. This is what I know. We are all connected. The universe reflected in each shining part. And everywhere I go, I recognize the faces. All of my relations in this one heart. All I need is already paradise. Nearer than my breathing, closer than hands and feet. We are dreaming together all the gifts of heaven and earth. And so I receive all I can be. Now I let it go with such appreciation, with sheer exhilaration. Now I set it free, and so it is, and so be it. When I sing it, I can see it. I welcome us in, and now we begin. Amen. 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 Amen.
Thank you, Nathan. Let's just remain in the energy of this moment that Nathan has gifted us as we open today with a meditation. I just invite you to find that place where you feel comfortable and supported by your chair, and to bring your attention to your breath. And as you breathe, simply notice how effortless the breath is, how dependable. Your breath, generous, unconditional. Every breath bringing you more and more fully into a focused awareness of this moment. As you ease your body, releasing and relaxing, surrendering and focusing your attention on this moment. If you haven't already, your eyes soften and close. You become even more focused, more aware. And as you breathe deep into your body, I invite you to take this opportunity to choose to love every part of your body. Nourishing your body with your breath. Consciously choose to love every bone, every cell, every sinew, every muscle, every organ. Love every part of your body. And as you practice this greater awareness of love, I invite you to hear these words. Love holds mind and body together. It is an attractive force that draws our good to us according to the depth and strength of our realization and understanding of love. When we live in love, with a conscious choice to express and to experience love, we participate in a most powerful force that is active in our lives and the world. Dr. George Washington Carver was aware of the power of love when he said, "Anything will give up its secrets if you love it enough." Start with whoever is around you. Men, women, girls, boys, old people, young people, yourself. Giving love doesn't mean contrived sentimentality or flattery. It is a natural attitude and demeanor of goodwill, kindness, support, caring, benevolence. It is a willingness to do what you can to be helpful and make things a little better for someone. Giving love consciously through thoughts, words, and deeds can help you to become your own force field of love. And so let us become a force field of love. As you bring to mind someone you love, picture this person in your mind. And gently say the words of this Buddhist blessing. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. May you be happy. And bring to mind now the image, the felt presence of someone who loves you deeply. And see them fully orbed in your mind's eye. And speak the words. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. And may you be happy. And call forth now the awareness of our entire Unity community, the people you have met and those you have not yet met. Our spiritual community, see it in your mind's eye, the individuals that comprise Unity. Call forth the image and the felt presence of this community and speak the words. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. And may you be happy. And call forth into your awareness the image of our greater community, our city, our cities. The Puget Sound area, Washington State, all sentient beings in our greater community. See them and feel them in your body and in your mind. And speak these words. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. And may you be happy. And expand your awareness now to include our nation, all nations, all sentient beings, the planet itself. See and know the individuals on the path with you. Collect them in your conscious awareness. And in the felt presence of all, speak these words. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. And may you be happy. And begin now to recognize each individual as a point of consciousness, even as you are a point of consciousness. And that every person, every item, everything, every moment of creation and net a point of consciousness at each intersection. You recognize you are a member of this net. And you recognize your connection to all. And that your blessing is infinite. In its power to do good, in its power to create good for yourself and for the world. You recognize this infinite net as a presence, an energy, a felt reality, the beingness that we call God. Infinite in its inclusivity, harmoniously embracing all seeming opposites. There is only one life. And that life is God's life. And that life is your life now. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. And may you be happy. And bringing your attention again to your breath, allow yourself to know that you have been transformed by this experience of connection and oneness. And that you carry this greater awareness of the truth of your being with you now, wherever you go. And with a grateful heart, I close this meditation. And I invite you to gently open your eyes. And I want to invite you to feel free to chat your experience, any insights you had with this exercise, with this experience, any insights, any questions that came up for you. Anything that you would like to share with our greater community, I invite you to put that into the chat. Our theme, as I said, this month is One Journey, Many Paths. And part of the intention here is to encourage us to move from thinking about God, thinking about our spiritual experience, thinking about who we are, to actually experiencing God. And that's why I wanted to begin with a meditation today, because I wanted us to have a collective experience. And to have that collective experience here in the online format, where there is such a larger seeming experience of separation, where it looks like we are all far away from each other in our own homes. It looks like we are separate. You know, it's one thing for us to be able to have a collective spiritual experience when we're gathered in our sanctuary, right? But for us to really understand that the sanctuary doesn't matter, the virtual room doesn't matter, that where we are, the infinite is, that I am an individual point of consciousness in the mind and the body of God, but I carry all that God is with me all the time, which means I carry you with me all the time. And so what we want to do this month is begin to move out of our heads and into our hearts, into the realm of experience, because that is what connects every path. No matter what tradition you were raised in, or even if you were raised in no tradition, all traditions, the attempt is to get back to God. In fact, we were talking in class the other night about the word religion, what it literally means. Religion, is always again, right? And ligios, ligios means to bind. And so religion is to bind us back to something greater than we are. Religion is to rebind us to the infinite presence that we call God. And whatever tradition you are practicing, whether it's Buddhism or Catholicism, or I was raised Lutheran, Hinduism, whatever it is you're practicing, or even not practicing really in a subtle way, is an attempt to bind us back. All we want to do is know God more deeply, whether we're conscious of that or not. The vague dissatisfactions in our hearts and in our souls are the universe calling us to know God more deeply. And so our religion, our religios, is our soul's attempts, and sometimes our collective attempts when we create a whole teaching around it, to bind back to the infinite one, the living one that we know as God. So that's all we're doing. And we tend to get really heady about it, I think, especially in our teaching. And part of the intention here in the month of February is to open our hearts to the mystical experience. A mystic is one who has a direct perception of spiritual truth, without any intermediaries, without any, without any books or lessons, a direct perception of spiritual truth. And I hope that in this meditation we just had that some of you had that direct perception of the loving heart of the infinite. You see, it's beyond words, right? It's bigger than words. Words cannot capture the energy and the essence of the infinite. And that's why we practice. Some of you have heard me say, Reverend Michael Beckwith said people were always asking him for the advanced metaphysics class. And he always responded, he told me, I always say the advanced metaphysics class is practice. We have to practice in order that we have that experience. That's what's going to wake us up, is the practice, not the teaching. I got lots of teachings for you, and I'm happy to share them with you. But the teaching itself is is worthless, really, unless I'm willing to put the teaching to work, unless I'm willing to practice. It's all just ideas. And ideas are great, but they don't wake us up. The idea by itself doesn't wake us up. It's the practice and putting the idea to work in our lives and in the world that is what wakes us up. We are not separate from life. We are life. And I think sometimes I get all caught up in my stuff and I forget that I belong to something greater than I am. I forget that I belong to life itself, capital L life, that has no death in it. It's all alive because it's an energy. It's an energetic. And as life, I am an individual center of God consciousness. It is expressing divinely and perfectly through me. And if God is love, how many of you are on the bus with God is love? I'm on the bus with God is love. If God is love, I am love. I am an individual center of God consciousness. I am an individual center of God love. And our opportunity and what we did in our meditation was simply amplify our awareness. Amplify our awareness that we are a divine center of love, to feel love itself, opening our hearts to more loving kindness for others. And dare I say, if we live this in our lives, we are following the teaching of the master teacher, Jesus, who said, pray without ceasing. See, a prayer is just a movement in consciousness. A prayer is a movement from one way of being in consciousness to another way of being in consciousness. Have we had a movement of consciousness today into a greater ability to be the presence of love, to be a source of loving kindness for others? And you know, you might notice in that meditation, I consciously made a decision to not have you bless yourself with that meditation. It was a conscious decision to not have you, I am filled with loving kindness, may I be well, may I be peaceful. That was a conscious decision because I think sometimes, especially in our teaching, we get too me-centered. That this is about making my life better, that this is about changing my life, change my thinking, change my life. And I think it's past time for us to get connected to the idea that it's greater than my life. Yes, my individual work is important, but you know how I really learned to love is by loving the people that are harder for me to love, by loving the people, you know, that I'm concerned about. The more powerful way for me to learn to love is to simply be a source of love and to get my attention off myself for just a moment. The reading that I shared with you in that meditation was from our book of the month, The Worldwide Laws of Life, partly written and edited by John Marks Templeton. He said in the reading, start with whoever is around you. Start with whoever is around you. Be willing to be helpful, to make things a little better for someone. Give love consciously through your words and through your deeds. Then you become your own force field of love, and the love for yourself simply follows automatically. If we are consciously and actively functioning as a source of God quality love for others and for the world and for conditions and for situations, we cannot help but amplify the force field of love that we are. And this, as I said, is praying while ceasing. Praying while ceasing, sorry, praying without ceasing. And so what I want to encourage you to do today, and I'm kind of checking the chat, it looks like, gosh, bless your hearts. Let's see. Becca says, thank you, Reverend Marla, for reminding us of this beautiful idea. Yes, This Buddhist blessing, may you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. May you be happy. Just hold this in your heart. Just hold this in your heart, especially for those that you are concerned about. You know, one of the things that we do when we notice maybe somebody in our lives is having a little bit of challenge or a little bit of trouble, and we get all concerned about them, and then we start, oh my gosh, yeah, things are really bad for that person. I'm so sorry for them. Darn, that's just terrible that that's happening, blah, blah, blah. How does that lift them into a new consciousness? It does not. When we agree with their lack and with their limitation, we are supporting them and staying stuck there. And it doesn't mean we're not compassionate. It doesn't mean we're not empathetic. It does mean we can hold them in mind. And rather than holding them in mind for how bad things are for them, we can hold them in mind, the felt reality of them in our hearts and in our minds. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. May you be happy. Yes. Mandy says that was incredible, very powerful. She's going to use that kind of meditation in her life daily. Thank you for saying that, Mandy. What's cool about that is, you know, we have to take love to the world, right? We have to be that which we seek. How many of you would like to experience more love in your life? I know I would. Every day I'm ready to receive a greater experience of love. But in order for me to receive that experience, I have to be that experience. And I have to be willing to practice love as a way of life and know that I am the example. Know that I show the world who I am by my willingness to love or not love, right? I'm just showing the world who I am. You see people who are not loving, they're just showing you who they are. You see people who are super loving, they're showing you who they are. Who are you showing the world? Who are you showing the world? And Mandy is going to take it to the street. She's going to take this loving practice, and we will see a transformation happen in her as she embodies a more and more loving consciousness, as she becomes that force field of love. Ellen says it's the most beautiful blessing. Thank you for teaching it to us. Yes, you know, the Buddhists have a lot on the ball. There's a lot of really powerful teachings in them. Carol says, timely for me dealing with a naysayer in my life, right? What a beautiful way for us, instead of getting angry, instead of feeling helpless, or however it is we deal with the naysayers in our lives, the tough folks in our lives, what if instead of, you know, engaging in non-life affirming behaviors, what if we engaged in this spiritual practice? Yeah, Mandy's quoting from the reading, if we love something enough, it will release its secrets to us. If we love something enough, it will reveal itself in new ways. The practice that wakes us up, Becca says. Oh, great. Nathan, our artist today, he says, I offer all of you metta, my musical version of the Buddhist prayer. Thank you, Nathan. You are a rock star. He's got a link there in the chat. Check that out. Actually, he really is a rock star now that I think about it. Thank you, Nathan. That's beautiful. And Nicholas says, to help others is to share the love that God gives us to them. God's love is a verb. It's an action. It's patient, kind, giving. To act in love is the greatest gift we can give ourselves and others. Nicholas, you are right on. Let's show the world who we are, who unity is. Let's show the world that we understand that we are individual points, individual particularizations, individual centers of love, of the God consciousness of love, and that we understand that our sorrow and our suffering, it's not permanent. It is contained in the infinite presence of something greater than we are, and we don't deny our experience, but we heal it with the power of love. We don't deny anyone's experience, but we recognize that there is something greater that is happening than the experience. Nancy says the creative process in every moment is to share love. Oh, Nancy, thank you for saying that. You know, when we talk about the creative process, we are talking about bringing the energy of heaven, bringing the energy of the infinite into form in the world, the energy of love into form in the world. And if we are willing to be in the energy of love here in the realm of potential, we declare that and we practice that by saying something like, may you be filled with loving kindness, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I am willing to be the presence of love. And the law always says yes. And we bring more love about in the world. I'm so grateful to know this. And I'm so grateful to share this knowing with you. And so if there are no more comments, let's close with a prayer of love. I invite you to bring your attention to your breath once again. With each and every breath, you allow yourself to be lifted higher in conscious awareness of love. For you know that there is only one life, one power, one presence, the living one, the loving one. We call it God, God the good, God the infinite, the energy that is the source of all that is seen and unseen. It is God, it is love. We simply lift our awareness to this presence and understand that we live and move and breathe and have our being in it. It is closer than our neck vein, nearer than our hands and feet. The one love, the one presence, the one beingness of God is vibrating in every cell in our bodies, every moment of our consciousness. We embody the presence of love. And with every breath, we expand in our awareness of this truth. And so it's in this consciousness that I declare we leave this place today transformed, that we know more and more fully than we ever have before to be love, that we are filled with loving kindness, that we are well, that we are peaceful and at ease, and we are happy. And we are a source of that blessing to others. We see and we know the world as filled with loving kindness, well, peaceful and at ease, happy. We live from this place and we generate this beingness in the world. And so it's with a grateful heart that I close this message, giving thanks for the power, the presence, the love of the infinite that has called us by divine appointment to do this work together this morning. I call it good and very good, and so it is. Amen.
May all that I think and all that I do be a prayer to you, a prayer to you.
you, Nathan. Thanks so much. Beautiful. And thanks, Reverend Marla, for your powerful reminder of our unity. We're grateful for you and for everyone involved in creating this wonderful service today. I know there's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes. Good morning, everyone. I'm honored to be your board host today. As we enter this time of giving and financial support of our center and our spiritual community, let's choose to place our attention and awareness on the abundance that so richly blesses us. For those of us who call this our spiritual home, we engage in giving as a spiritual practice. We give as a declaration of our faith that we are abundantly supported by the universal presence we call God. We joyfully give to this center in particular because it's a source of spiritual inspiration to us, because we are waking up. We find spiritual inspiration here, and we want to be a source of the awakening of others, so we give generously towards sustaining our vibrant and thriving spiritual community of love. And so, in that consciousness, please join me in our offering affirmation. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is.
And so I give thanks for these gifts. I give thanks for those who give so generously. I give thanks for the infinite source that supplies us all. And I consecrate these gifts to the good use of this center, giving thanks and calling it good and very good. And so it is. Amen.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Monica McDowell Elvig. I'm your center administrator. We welcome you with open hearts. If you are new, we want to extend an especially warm welcome to you. We are completely online right now, and the best way to stay in touch with us is to go to our website, unityofbellevue.org, and sign up for our weekly e-newsletter. At the bottom of every page is a sign-up form. You can also go to the link. I have posted them on our chat on Zoom and on our comments on Facebook, and the link for the I'm New page, and you can ask to receive a welcome packet with some free gifts that I am happy to send you. So welcome. Some things that are happening this week. We have Living What Matters. It's our weekly Wednesday drop-in group where we focus on our spiritual practice and the Book of Soul by Mark Nepo. We welcome you, 1 p.m. The Zoom link is in the chat and the comments, and Reverend Marla leads that, and you can buy a book on our online bookstore. Also this week, the men's group meets this Saturday at 8:30. Zoom link also available, and we invite you. Men of all ages are welcome to join for that. Prayer chaplains, if you have any prayer requests, please email them at the email address that I've given. They are happy to pray with you and for you. They will be back next week for our prayer circle following the service. Also, if you just want to talk to someone, please put that in your message and someone will reach out to you. The reason we have prayer circle not this week is because this is Q&A Sunday. It's our opportunity to ask questions of our board, questions about our policies, our principles and practices. We're going to have a 3-minute break when the service is done, and then Q&A will start. So just stay on if you would like to join us for that. I am offering a writing workshop coming up Tuesday, February 16th at 6:30. It's giving you all the tips that I know of to get in touch with that creative genius, to use your intuition. Doesn't matter what kind of writing you do, I'd be happy to have you join us for that. So sign up. Also, this is the last week to sign up for our love gifts. I don't know that I can, let me just see if I can share the picture of these babies because they are so beautiful. Can you see some of those? I hope so. That is some of the bags we put together. We've already raised over $1,000. So have fun with it. If you have a partner, spouse, child, friend, coworker, anybody that you would love to have one of those given to, please order those. At this point, it's only delivery or pickup available. All the details you can find online. Thanks, everybody. Have a blessed week.
Thank you, Monica. I'm so grateful for you and everything that you do for our center. As we prepare to close today, I just want to remind you, get a love gift. Where'd he go? Look, you might get him in your love gift. They are super cool, you guys. I really enjoyed putting those together with the team last week, and so look forward to that. The other thing is, be sure and stick around for the Q&A. It's just, as Monica mentioned, it's just an opportunity to ask questions of me, of your board of trustees, anything that's on your mind about our center. So we will do that 3 minutes after we close, and let's go ahead and close with the prayer for protection. Please join me with conviction. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Have a great week, everybody. Bye.
Love is my decision. It's up to me to give of my heart. Love is my decision. No one else can tell me to start. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision. My decision, right here and now. Love is my decision. It's up to me to stand on that bridge.